Jamaica, the Prime Minister in South St. James, trust me, sell off. Momentum keep on building. And the message that the Prime Minister is spilling is reaching the persons them that needed to hear it, which are the undecided voters. And according to the Dan Handis of poll, the momentum is coming from persons who were undecided are now siding with the Jamaica Labour Party. But more to come, Jamaica, because them seeing the Prime Minister's plight. They know that this is a government that means Jamaica good. But I don't want to talk too long, Jamaica. Watch the highlight. Love you, please.
So St. James have become the best place right now in St. James.
Why I am confident and why I feel so good about this campaign is that for the first time in Jamaica, a government can go to the people with performance. I am not saying we are perfect. No, we're not perfect. But if you compare us to the competition, we are way ahead of the competition. It is, for me, an ease of mind to go and face the public wherever in Jamaica. Because I know that after I speak and you go home and you read the performance book, you are at peace in your mind. You have to conclude, this government deserves a third term. This government works for a third term. Government continues.
That's why Mr. Solely am I right.
I ask you to consider that though an election has been called and the members of parliament are no longer members of parliament because parliament has been dissolved, but it doesn't mean that government stops. No, government continues. And so while other people are running up and down, saying all kinds of crazy things, you can rest assured that I continue to run the government. So there is no break in governance. And I do both things. I keep managing the government and I am campaigning as well. Homer Davis is a good man, a loyal and committed person, a caring and understanding person, and a competent and capable person. I have seen him work in the municipal authority as councillor in this constituency. I have seen him work as mayor of Montego Bay. I remember when I wanted to move him as mayor to make him a minister of state. Stakeholders in Montego Bay said, Lord, the best mayor we have had. And I have known Homer for many, many, many years. And I can tell you that he is deeply connected to this constituency. He ran in 2016. 2011? He ran from 2011, was not successful. He didn't leave. He ran in 2016, was not successful. He didn't leave. He was successful in 2020. And I believe that the people in the constituency realize that they have somebody that they can rely on. Somebody that is dependable. But this election is not only about who will be your member of parliament. This election is about the future of your country. And you can determine what the future will be by two things. The first thing is that the future is the result of the decision you make today. So whatever you decide today, that is going to be your future. And what do you decide to do? What do you decide to do? Without question, the right decision is to continue the growth, the development of the country under the leadership of the Jamaica Labour Party. There was a time in this country when I'm sure all of you believe that we would never see the day when Jamaica would record less than 1,000 murders in a year. Murders and crime may not affect you right up here, so in Niagara, but sometimes, just the level of violence is enough to make you afraid, to think twice about your own safety and security. But look at Jamaica today. We will record for the first time in over 20 odd years a murder rate that is less than 1,000 a year. That is a major change in Jamaica. That was done not by the PNP. The PNP fought against everything that we were doing to bring the murder rate down. Everything. You could only conclude that they wanted the murder rate to be high so that they could have power. That's the only thing you can conclude. But we solved it. And today we are on our way to record lower than 1,000 murders. In fact, we will probably go lower than 800 murders in a year. Big change. So if you were to vote on that, what you would be saying is, when I look at the performance of the government, it gives confidence to make a decision today to continue with the government because it is going to yield a future that is secure. A future where we see progress and prosperity. And that is what the election is about. The election is about looking on the performance of the government versus the promise of the opposition. All of you here are supporters. I expect all of you to vote. But everybody go home to their quiet time and everybody sit down and think, and everybody have to be true to themselves. That's the truth, you know. Everybody come out and wave flag and say shower, 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 but they go home and they sit down and they have to be true to themselves. Labourites have to do it and PNP people have to do it. Why I am confident and why I feel so good about this campaign is that for the first time in Jamaica, a government can go to the people with performance. I am not saying we are perfect. No, we're not perfect. But if you compare us to the competition, we are way ahead of the competition. And so it is, for me, an ease of mind to go and face the public wherever in Jamaica. Because I know that after I speak and you go home and you read this book here, the performance book, no matter what vexation you did have, after you read it, you are at peace in your mind. You have to conclude, this government deserves a third term. This government works for a third term. And so when you go to the polling station, you're not going to the polling station with any hesitation in your mind. When you go to the polling station, you are convinced about reason why you vote. It's a classic thing, and I close my presentation to you with an observation. Have you noticed that whenever they interview an ordinary supporter of the PNP, they cannot tell you why they should be elected the government? Have you noticed that when an average supporter of the PNP is interviewed, all they can say, well, me don't know, time come. You understand what I'm saying? They have to go back and sit down with their children, with their family, and they have to be true to themselves, and they will realize that time come is not a sufficient basis on which to make a decision about their future. And you will notice that when the average Jamaica Labour Party supporter is interviewed, they can tell you street and lane why the Jamaica Labour Party should be returned as the government. So, my supporters, my Jamaica Labour Party family, and I'm also speaking to members of the community who are not necessarily supporters, but who are observing. This election is serious. It is about the continuation of the progress and the prosperity that has been hard fought. A wise man once said, building a country is like filling a bucket with a teaspoon. Take time, day by day, day by day, day by day. But it only takes one fool to come and kick it over. But there is also another wisdom. Never allow anyone to come with a shovel and take away your hard-earned savings that you had to build with a teaspoon. And what the PNP is promising to do is to come with a shovel and scrape up everything that this country has worked in the last decade, teaspoon by teaspoon. Build the reserve, stabilize the dollar, cut unemployment, cut poverty. We come with the Spark program. All kind of things we're doing, little by little building. And with their reckless promises, with one stroke, they could destroy all of that. So, my good labor rights and my Jamaican family listening, this election is about performance versus promise. We ask you to choose wisely. We ask you to choose the government that has performed. Choose the Jamaica Labour Party. God bless you.